Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, hawaiirealestate.org. Welcome back to the channel. Just a really quick live here this afternoon. It's a beautiful, happy Valentine's Day here. I've just been running around working and just want to let you know what's going on in terms of the traffic situation on West Maui. Basically, it's a daily nightmare, to say the least. I had some clients that I showed a house to up here in Laniapoko. They came from the other side today. They sat in traffic for 2 hours trying to get to Maui. Now I'm leaving my showing in Laniapoko, heading back, and I'm just going to point the camera and show you what's happening every single day as you try to leave Lahaina. Every single day. And this is caused by the Oluwalu dump and the traffic light that they have right there that allows the trucks to turn into the dump area. But get ready, here we go. I'm going to try to merge into traffic here, but I was going to point the camera this direction, that way you can take a look at it. And the only reason I post videos like this is because there's maybe some small hope for humanity in that sharing challenges will somehow result in solutions. And I don't know exactly what kind of solution other than not dumping all of the ash in Oluwalu, but is anyone in the government thinking about the either intended or unintended consequence of creating just absolute ridiculous standstill, life-choking traffic 7 days a week? I mean, okay, maybe not on Sundays, but this is a common sight every day. So now when I have showings, say in Kihei or Laniapoko, I have to dial in an extra hour or two into my schedule each direction to somehow compensate for the unending traffic jam that we're experiencing here. So imagine people that already have to put in a long 8 or 10 hour workday. Now they get to throw an additional hour or two each way coming and going out of Lahaina. And it's just happening every single day. So anyway, I just wanted to go show you a quick live. Right now I'm on the bypass. Of course, it would be one idea, they could open up the road that goes through Lahaina and have another direction, because the whole reason they built the bypass was to take some pressure off of the single road going in and out of West Maui. Now they've got that road closed. And so now I'm backed up here. I'm coming up to Hokiokio. And of course down here is Puamana and the town of Lahaina. But it's just kind of ridiculous, man. It's, you know, it's just one hot mess after another, right? It's just one, I don't even know what to say. Anyway, it's still beautiful, it's still Maui, and it's still February, and it's nice weather, and yes, you're looking at whales splashing in the ocean, so there's lots of positive I try to throw into the mix. But in terms of what the heck, man? I mean, it just goes on and on. So yeah, come visit West Maui so you can sit in this traffic on your way back to the airport. Come work in West Maui so that you can drive an hour or two extra, burning gas at $4 or $5 a gallon, while your entire schedule gets thrown out the window, right? As you try to battle this government that can't seem to plan anything out in a way that makes sense for anybody. It's just... Help me here. Help me understand this. What is happening? What's going on? Is it just me, or is life hard enough that they gotta make it 10 times harder? I mean, look at this. Every day. Imagine. Every day. Oh! I mean, I get it. I get the strategy here, right? I totally get the strategy. Let's make it just as hard as possible for everybody, just to survive. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, everything. Let's hit them from every angle, including traffic. So anyway, this video, like literally, the other day I had a showing in Kihei, and I left my house in Kaanapali, and the traffic was backed up almost all the way to the police station, and it was bumper to bumper all the way from the police station in Waikuli until Ma'alaya. Like literally bumper to bumper. And I had to push my showing out. I left an hour and a half. I booked an extra half hour for traffic. In reality, I needed to book an extra hour and a half for traffic. So at what point in time does it just become not practical to leave your home and go to work anymore? I mean, who is thinking this thing through? Who are the geniuses that are in charge of this? Who are the traffic control geniuses? I mean, how could this be possible? A few trucks need to cross the highway a few times a day, and this is what we end up with? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. And then there was traffic coming from Ma'alaya today. They were fixing some kind of telephone poles, what I was told by my client, and that's what caused the backup. Coming from Maui. So it's this happening both directions. Look at this. I mean, this guy on foot is probably going to get there sooner. Alright, maybe not. Probably still faster to drive, but just barely. So we're just going to keep this live going and see exactly where the traffic ends. Now I started it at Laniapoko, right? It was still all the way solid down past Laniapoko to Oluwalu. It's probably a solid red line all the way to Ma'alaya would be my guess. So here we are coming down the bypass, coming down Kiave. You can see the smokestack over there looking directly towards Lahaina town. And yeah, make no mistake about it, Lahaina town is still 100% closed down. The other day I wanted to go shoot some videos in Waikuli. I pulled into the guard check station, Checkpoint Charlie. They asked for my papers, you know, didn't have the right papers, had to turn around. Literally are not allowed anywhere inside any of the burn zone, period, no questions asked. One of my clients owned a unit at Lahaina Shores. She came here a few days ago. She wanted to go look at her unit. She's a property owner there. Not allowed to go see her real estate that she owns at Lahaina Shores. So yeah, meanwhile, they're pulling all of the ash debris, removing the foundations, and literally no opportunity to go in as a citizen reporter or a concerned citizen or a property owner just to go see what's going on, to go look at what could be evidence of an interesting fire. You want to go ahead, bro? You know how many times I've sat at this particular intersection unable to get out because people just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. So I try to be like, all right, let's go. Here we go. All right. Because there's just a line of cars behind me anyway, so what's the big difference? So here we are, Honopinilani Highway in Kiave. I'm just curious to see how far down it goes. You see people stacked back into the Safeway parking lot. Safeway parking lot. You can see the line continues over there in front of Starbucks. Here we have 2 lanes of traffic, chock-a-block heading south on the Honopinilani Highway. I'm just curious how far this goes. How far has this backed up? Now imagine you got to go pick up your kids from school. You just got off a long shift that you showed up at 6 o'clock this morning. You got your kids, you want to take them into some jiu-jitsu lessons or maybe some soccer practice for some baseball, whatever. Are you gonna go? No, you're not gonna go. Or God forbid there was some kind of an emergency, or someone has a heart attack and they need to get to the hospital. I mean, just the list goes on and on. Creating daily traffic like this is an absolute imposition on humanity, and it's not necessary. And is there anybody at the Maui County government that cares? I doubt it. It's probably intentional. Okay, are you still with me? You guys still seeing this? Hey, by the way, I did see that Hustlebee finally posted. Notice the lack of detail on why he hasn't posted, right? Hustlebee, I feel your pain. Trust me. You don't even want to explain to the people why you went dark, because that's why you went dark. You can't explain it, right? You could, but then you would just, yeah. But glad to see Hustlebee is alive and well. All right, so here we are. We're coming up on the post office, the police station, the fire department. So far, over here, by the way, is the Waiikuli neighborhood. Interesting factoid. Matter of fact, somebody just sent me a video showing all of the power lines arcing before the fire got to a certain neighborhood. And it's interesting to note that Waiikuli neighborhood, the only portion that burned is the portion that has power lines above ground. As soon as you get to underground power lines, which is the Hawaiian Homes portion of the neighborhood, underground power lines, no more homes burned. So you'll notice there's no overhead power lines in this section of Waiikuli. The section that burned all had overhead power lines. So the power lines acted as wicks, basically burning, spreading the fire, if you will. And someone just sent me a video of the Shell station before that whole area caught fire, and it shows all of the power lines basically exploding. And so there's a very good chance that somehow this fire spread through the power lines. So here we go. The traffic is finally letting up a little bit. We're just getting to the Waiikuli neighborhood. So anyway, guys, you know me. I'm passionate about all things Maui, where to park, and traffic, because it's important to know if you're going to come here on vacation, plan an extra hour or 2 or 3 to get to the airport. And I don't know what to do about any of this other than making you aware of what's happening, praying for God to help intercede so that people with actual brain cells will run the government and make life manageable for the people of Lahaina, not throw insult to injury with the most non-commonsensical decisions possible. One of them would be open up the highway through town. Open up Honopini Highway right here through Lahaina town. Yeah, it's okay. You can still ban us from going into a public space on public roadways. You can still ban homeowners from going to their parcel. You can still do that, but you can just open up the highway so we have another way to drive so that we can take some ease off of the traffic situation over here. But again, if what one concerned citizen says makes a difference, then we would all probably say something. And just like the Oluwalu dump, you can have 10,000 people sign a petition, you have hundreds of people show up and witness against something, and it just gets ignored. So part of the reason you're seeing me not post as much is just because, you know what, I just have to focus on things that I know will actually make a difference. And right now that's supporting my family through my business, my job, and trying to stay in a positive state of mind. But I just had to share the traffic, because there's nothing that can destroy a person's mental capacity, right, than traffic. And the funny thing is most people move to Hawaii, or at least to Maui. Kauai, I mean, I did, was to get away from horrible traffic patterns. And now guess what? Even that's here. We moved to get away from the mainland, and now the mainland has arrived. So anyway, gonna try to keep it positive. Thanks for tuning in. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just working like a dog every day. Thankful for the business to keep my bills paid. I'm thankful to my clients and thankful to you guys. And it's still Maui, it's still beautiful, and I'm still thankful to be here. But I thank you guys so much for all your support. If you have any ideas on how to correct the traffic patterns here, let us know in the comments section. say a prayer for Hustle B and all the other truthers that have come out. And also a quick shout out to Tracy over on Oahu. No, she's from Oahu, California. Tracy, is it Derwin? Brush Junkie. And also to Michelle over on the Big Island. And of course for, I know they've been trying to get me to come on their channel and do an interview. It's nothing personal. It's not that I don't want to do an interview. It's just that I shouldn't be the one. I do the interviewing. I'm not really, you know what I mean? We got to interview other people. I am the conduit for information to flow out about this debacle. And it's not that I don't want to be interviewed. It's just I've chosen ever since I did Alex Jones, and that sort of created the beginning of all the, problems, if you will. So I haven't done any interviews since Alex Jones. So it's nothing personal. It's just like I interview people. So if you're somebody that has a story to tell about what happened here in Lahaina, if you're somebody that wants to put your message out there as a fire survivor, that's sort of where I'm focusing the channel. And of course, just focusing on the beautiful things of Maui, continuing to encourage people to come here. I'm sure this traffic pattern is going to get fixed, right? So don't let that hold you back. But I feel like the more we can communicate issues like this, hopefully someone hears it and they fix it, because honestly, that's no way to have infrastructure operating for the citizens of this island that are doing their best to survive and get by. So hopefully we can get this traffic pattern fixed. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Much aloha to you and your ohana. And as always, don't forget to share, thumb up, subscribe to the channel. I'm only losing like 500 subscribers a day, but whatever, I don't care. All I care about is the good Lord showing up and helping the people of Maui get through this thing, and that whoever pulled this thing off, whether it was intentional, unintentional, there was definitely some major negligence involved, that they'll be held accountable, and something like this will never happen again, that the people of Lahaina will get their land reinstated. They will get all the money they got coming to them from the insurance companies, from the U.S. government. Let's allocate a special congressional hearing to allocate funds, that they go print a bunch of money anyway, that they just print, that doesn't mean anything, but get those money into the hands of these people. And that's my wish, right? And that who's ever accountable for this thing, it will be found out, and that Maui will be a beacon of hope for the world in the light of these attacks that are happening everywhere, that we will be the beginning of a new birth for people to see that you can withstand an attack and overcome and become better, and everyone can be made whole, and the story has a happy ending. That's truly what I believe is going to happen here, and we're just going to keep the faith, and we're going to get some new leadership from the top of the government all the way down, and it'll be a new age and a new dawn and a new era for humanity. And so I just believe that Maui is the cradle of all that happening. Call me crazy. That's my prayer. That's my belief, and I believe it's going to happen. So it's going to have a good ending. So thanks, guys. Until next time, I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I can promise you one thing: it'll be from the most beautiful place on planet Earth, the best lifestyle you could ever ask for. It still is, and it's still a wonderful, beautiful place to come. So support Maui, support the people here. Don't forget about us, and support those other channels that are presenting the truth about the Maui fires. Much aloha to you guys. Until next time, Eric West out. Thank you.